In this video, I am going to show you a new entry in the world of higher end wheel hold bike racks. This is the Hollywood CrossTrack. FC here from E-MTB Review, and I reviewed a lot of bike racks over the years. So I'm pretty happy when a new entry comes into the wheel hold market. Wheel hold is where the rack does not touch the frame. So it is very good for, carbon bikes, road bikes, any kind of bike where there's no fenders. You just go through the wheels and it actually holds it very securely. Made famous by that company, One Up USA. So we have a new entry here from Hollywood Racks. Big name in the market, but more on the budget and mid-end. And now they're kind of entering in the high end. So that's pretty cool. So this rack is available in single configuration for $400, and then a 2-bike configuration like this, $750. And it is a clean design. They don't use the whole word Hollywood just to make it clean and discreet. And it's one of the cleaner designs I've seen. It's red where it's kind of critical, meaning you don't want to hit this with your shin, and the button is here where and it's red as well, so easy for you to see. What do you have here? A very easy tilt handle. A lot of companies they just don't think of the tilt handle as a necessary thing, but I think it's necessary. So let me show you how it installs. It installs to the car very easily. You just push it in. There's a big stopper right here, big metal stopper, and they give you a hitch, a very thick hitch, so that no one can break it with a pipe, and they have their own lock. And then they have a wheel or kind of anti-wobble system right here. So you turn this very tight right now. You torque a hitch pin holder, and that holds it securely. All right. So this is actually really secure right now. It's not going anywhere. But the rack itself, there's some wobble to it. So a little bit. This is just on the tolerances here, and a little bit here. All right. So let me show you how it operates, and then I'm going to put a couple bikes on it. The weight capacity on this rack is 66 pounds. There's a little bit of a tilt to it, not that much, but the tilt is good so to get the handlebars out of each other's way. And to activate it, it's a two-handed operation. You press the button and then you lift it. So very, very, very light action to this. And something good is it opens quite widely. There's a stop. But you can get past that stop if you need. And the wide opening is a big deal to me because it makes it easy for you to get the bikes on and off, because the wheelbases are getting big now. So you go like that, and then to lock it in, you just push it like that. So it's got that clicking noise, but not too loud like my Saris rack. Okay, and then if you wanted to get past this point, get this out of the way, you just press the button again, and then it will go down. And that's cool because you can kind of roll the bike in this way, or roll it off, and it gives you more options for mounting and dismounting the bike. There's no ramp yet, but I see a couple holes here, so it just makes sense that they'll have a ramp that will just rest right here on these two holes on this red plastic piece. So metal construction, not the beefiest, but it's got some ridges. A couple plastic parts. Really, the red parts are the plastic parts, I think. But mostly metal. You can hardly tell these days. I think this is a plastic piece. The wheel hold bars have a nice shape to them, but they are not tool free. You need an Allen wrench if you wanted to adjust the wheel size of it. All right. So let us mount two bikes. 66 pounds is the limit to this guy. So what you do, you open it first. Let's just open all sides. So I'm gonna do two bikes. Then we'll go for a ride on some speed bumps, the E-MTB Review speed bumps. All right, here is some road testing. First thing is it looks good. Look good on the truck, on any car. And it doesn't stick too far out. Used this for a month. A lot of heavy bikes have been on it, and it is quite stable. It doesn't look as beefy as my big racks, but it holds the bikes well. So surprised me a little bit. So good job to Hollywood racks for their first effort in the wheel hold rack. And these are very sharp speed bumps, and I try to get them at speed, and you can tell it's not swaying out of control. I think for two bikes, heavy bikes, this thing has no problem. And there I hit the bumps diagonally, and this is torquing the rack up and down and side to side, and so it survived it quite well. And here's a little slow-mo to close off this segment. It's quite stable. All right, so here's the first bike. It's a Pivot Shuttle LT 51 pounder, very fancy. So you want to protect this rack or this bike, and it has a wheel chock. And how this thing works is, how I like to do it is I rest it a little bit and then get some tension on the rear, and then I can really torque the front against that wheel chock while alignment is still good. All right, so there you go. And this is an Orbea Wild. These are e-bikes, so they are 50 pounders. So you have room for up to a 54-inch wheelbase. So I'll put the front wheel on, and then hit it hard with the rear. All right, so there you go. We have two very expensive bikes that are mounted 2-inch hitch. They say you could have an inch and a quarter too, and they don't tell you that the weight limit goes down on an inch and a quarter. But if I had two 66-pound bikes, I guarantee you I want a 2-inch hitch. That way you can do the bumps and stuff, and which is what we're gonna do right now. Okay. All right, before it gets too dark, let's show you how to get a bike off. So you put some pressure on the wheel hold, and then that way you can press the button easily. It's good to do the rear first, because the front kind of keeps it stable. And then right here, we take it down. All right, there you go, folks. So you got some good room in between bikes, so they're not too close to each other. And that's important for e-bikes and flat pedals because the down tubes are bigger, and you don't want them colliding with each other's down tube. So you definitely have room there. In case you want to open your hatch, it's got 4 positions on the tilt. So let's go through some pros and cons. I think the main pro is it's a clean looking design. It's a wheel hold rack, and you know it look good in any car, I think. And it's from a brand that most people are familiar with, easily available on their own site, Hollywood, and then also on Amazon. On the pro side, you know, this tilting mechanism here is really well made. You know, it's one of the better ones I've seen. Good action, easy to handle, no hassle. The button is actually pretty cool. They do give you a cable, and they do give you a couple of free wheel locks. Well, with this guy. So I think you put it right here. So a little more decent value. So doing the job quite well. On the con side, I would say the first one is the price. The price of $750 is a little bit on the high side. It's right in line with the competition, but you know, they kind of are not as beefy as the competition. So the one up USA is $740, and this is $750. So I think a lot of people are just gonna go, you know, with the established brand, the one up USA. So the price, I think, if this was like, you know, $650, $550, people would flock to it. Another con is it's either a 1-bike system or a 2-bike system. It's not modular like most of the racks in the game. The one up USA and the Quicker, they're so modular. You can go 1, 2, or 3 racks. This one is only 1 or 2, and you can't upgrade it, you know, beyond a 2-bike system. Another con would be it's not as beefy, chunky as the competition. So, but bottom line, it's cool to have an option. I know I don't know if it'll go on sale, but you know, if you're a Hollywood rack customer and you like their products and customer service, this is an option that you can go with. All right? Thanks a ton, everybody.